control to Major... All right, then. One it is. Type in your name.
Worked just fine.
You sure you want to do that, Mavis?
We're gonna have to shave that down, and we can't run it there.
Okay. Got you covered.
30
no
seconds.
Problem. Well, there I go yakking your ear off when you want to play. Well, excuse the crap out of me, all right? Strike up the band. We're starting the game.
Okay, pick. This one likes to go by from bad to verse. $1,000 at stake on this one. Let's see how you handle this one. Which of the following poets might have written this question? Carl Sandburg. E. Cummings was known for using only lowercase letters in his poems and sometimes placing the words in different places on the page. As if it weren't hard enough to read poetry. Okay, I need a category. Let's see what we got going. Coming out of the mystical closet. $3,000 for this one. Hey, let's imagine that Mrs. Kravitz finally gets the goods on Samantha from Bewitched and turns her into the police. If the authorities decide to deal with Samantha in the same manner as the Salem witch trials, what will happen? Mrs. Kravitz will start gathering kindling, Darren will make her stay in her bottle, Mr.
Oh, God, baby, I diss you so much.
Okay, Durwood, here's the real answer. By the end of the Salem witchcraft trials, 19 witches were publicly hanged, and 19 noses were chopped off to prevent any last-minute escapes. Category.
1, 2, praise the Almighty 3.
For your enjoyment, that's a Pack Jack. This one's worth $1,000. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Considering his troublesome followers, which of these specialists would be most qualified to help Pac-Man? A parasitologist, a Parapsychology is the study of the paranormal, or those events which are not explained by natural law, like the ghosts that harass Pac-Man and his family. However, he'll need to call someone else about his tendency to eat the ghosts. I need a category.
You can't stop at 3, no, you gotta head for, yeah!
Say hello to, they turn the local ziggurat into a multiplex, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Heads up, here it comes. Based on the name alone, what kind of movie would an ancient Mesopotamian expect to see if he went to see Go? Getting it wrong is dangerous business. Accuracy and popularity don't go hand in hand. In case you're wondering, Ishtar was a goddess of lust, so your Mesopotamian friend might expect to see some skin.
Cut. This scene is all about strong men who can also be gentle. Remember, this time once you're spent, cuddle.
All right, hit me.
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
May I introduce Big Man and Little Words? How does $2,000 sound? Think fast. Taken literally, which of these would the Giant and Jack and the Beanstalk not be referring to when shouting fee-fi-fo-fum? How much something costs? An expression of disapproval? No, a foe would be an enemy. Hey, look, he's stealing your money. Let's take a look at the right answer. The notes on a scale are called do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, not fee, fi, fo, or fum.
Oh, a deer, a female. Can I move on to Ray?
Okay, pick a category. The selection is really bad executioners. You get this one right and it's $3,000. You've heard of the cliche, give someone enough rope and he'll hang himself. Well, suppose you give someone enough rope but he can't figure out how to tie the noose. If he ties a shoddy granny knot and tries to hang himself anyway, what idiom best applies? He's cut the Gordian knot, he's hung himself out to dry, he's fit to be tied, or he's hanging by a thread. Ooh, must have hit the wrong key. It happens. Bet you wish you'd pick this. Solving a difficult problem in a fast and crude manner is referred to as cutting the Gordian knot. Other cliches for doing something in a fast and crude manner are cutting corners and cutting the cheese. Okay, I need a cat.
7, lucky, lucky 7.
And this one is, possession is 9/10 of the law. This one can net you $1,000. Okay, class, now that I've got your attention, it's time for Morality 101. Tell me what fairy tale you would learn this lesson from. If you live a destitute and squalid life or just a little bit stupid, steal a person's belongings and then murder him, from then on you will live happily ever after. So, which fairy tale teaches this? The old woman who lived in a shoe? No, the old woman who lived in the shoe is a pioneer in the field of beating your children. Hey, got a minute? Take a look at her right answer. Jack was stupid enough to exchange his cow for some magic beans. Then when the beanstalk grew, he stole the giant stuff and then chopped down the beanstalk, killing him. Today, this would be called aggressive career management. I need a category. Uh-oh, blah, 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 blah.
It's time for Flickerish Lesson.
Your gibberish category for today is Kiss My Grits, Jack, and don't you come back no more. I'm gonna open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Now check it out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Get yourself ready to buzz in and start typing when you know what does this rhyme with. Flo's lover, me. You're hiking. And don't let that punctuation fool you. First clue, it's a safety warning. Like, get that mongoose out of your mouth. It's a safety warning on the front of matchbooks. Last clue, shut the lid before lighting it. What, are you on strike from answering? Come on, before time closes the cover on this question. Before lighting a match, be sure to Flo's lover, me, you're hiking. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do when you're smoking is, hurt yourself. All right, hit me.
Aloha, question number 9.
The category is, I love this game. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Okay, let's say every player in the NBA was nicknamed after a type of pasta. If the following NBA athletes had as much twist to their playing styles as their pasta nicknames, whose game would have the most flair? Lasagna Ellis, Rigatoni Kukoc, Fusilli Del Negro, or Penny Hardaway? No, penne are tube-shaped with angular ends. Hey, isn't your head sort of shaped like that? See, now, I could have given you some cash if you pick this. Fusilli are long strands of curly, twisted pasta. The problem with all these guys is they play really well until they sweat, and then they get all soggy and bloated. Category, please. Hey, great choice, sweetie. I've been waiting for this since we got going, 'cause this one's a three-way. Okay, listen up. This is pretty simple. Alrighty, no foreplay it is. Let me guess, you're not the slow romantic kind of lover. Well, you asked for it. Here it is. This lovely three-way goes by the category of bald, win, or draw. So that means this three-way is about the fabulous Baldwin boys, Alec William and Stephen Baldwin. Time to start seeing the goods. Let's hope you're up to it.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Woo, that that's all we got to show you. Now, clean yourself up while we see how you did. Now, see, the whole concept here was to actually make more matches than misses. Yeah, remind me not to let you set me up with anyone. Anyway, let's see what kind of damage you did to your overall score. So, let's see what we've got ahead of us here. Okay, either you finished round 1 or you have another round to go. You know, depending on how you look at these things. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Okay, I need a category.
Don't look now. It's question 11.
Well, looks like this category is, don't bother me, I'm channeling. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. You know, British TV is really boring, especially that English channel. It's like watching the waves come in. Suppose the world were one big TV. If channels were assigned according to the Earth's geography, which station would be farthest from the English Channel? Straits of Dover Channel, Atlantic Access, Strait of Gibraltar Broadcasting, or North Sea Network? The English Channel connects the Atlantic to the North Sea via the Straits of Dover. The Strait of Gibraltar is down by the Mediterranean. Although I bet if you slip the guy a 50, he'll hook you up with all the major ocean channels. Okay, pick a...
I'm getting a reading of 12. Over.
Well, what do we have here? Eat my shorts. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. If you asked a moth about its propensity for eating clothing, which of these would be a factually accurate response?
Sure, I used to do that as a kid. I can't help it, the smell drives me wild. Natural fabrics don't agree with me.
Or...
I only do it if the light's on. It feels less dirty.
No, some moths eat wool and even cotton. Yeah, first time I've heard of cottonmouth that didn't involve martinis. Here's what you should have picked. Only the larva of a clothes-eating moth actually eats your clothes. The adult moths try on your clothes when you're not home. All right, hit me. This little number's known as Bo-Nosed Diddley. Better wake up, there's $6,000 at stake. Put your tray in the upright position, it's time for takeoff. Say legendary guitarist Bo Diddley is performing when suddenly he starts choking on a ham bone. If Bo Diddley coughs in his distinctive ham bone rhythm, how would it sound? Is it... or perhaps... nobody picks that one. Should have picked this. This is the Bo Diddley beat. And that's Bo Diddley's lunch. Category, please.
Ain't no love like number 14.
Shake hands with Spawn of the White House. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Okay, pay attention here. This one's a toughie. Number 1, Mary Elizabeth Aitchison. Number 2, Plans.
Oh, excuse me.
The correct answer is... That question was written as an algorithm. Al Gore married Mary Elizabeth Aitchison, and the rhythm method is a way of birth control using a woman's menstrual cycle. Woo! All that and not one mention of campaign finances. See, we don't always go for the cheap shot. I need a category.
Not 14, not 16, you're right in between.
Okay, give it up for Get Your Asgard Over Here. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. All right, get your finger on your buzzer and complete this analogy. Flight attendant is to airline passengers as Valkyrie is to what? Valley guys, winged horse. Winged horses? Hey, flight attendants don't ride the passengers. Well, not unless they're smooth like me. For the curious, here's the right answer. In Norse mythology, Valkyries were the handmaidens of the goddess Freya and carried the valiant dead up to warriors' heaven. Hey, I didn't get my peanuts.
Shut up and sit down before I split your skull. Oh, it's already split. Sorry.
Okay, I need a category. You chose wisely, my friend. You just got your hands on a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is... They were actually abducted by aliens. All right, listen up. Oh, I see. You got this thing down. Well, I'll put 30 seconds on the clock then. And we're off. Assassinated Lincoln. Elected in 1860. Elected in 1960. Succeeded by a guy named Johnson. Had a secretary named Lincoln. Nope. Had a secretary named Kennedy. This is it. 7 letters in his last name. Last one. That's all she wrote. 6 right. Not quite perfect, but you can't get any closer. Let's throw it into your score. Take it if you can get it. Let's move on. Okay, pick.
On the big bayou in Louisiana, question 17.
Open wide and get ready for Miss Pioneer America didn't have waterproof mascara. $2,000 for a correct answer. Put it in gear, 'cause here we go. Suppose the original 13 states held a Miss Colonial America pageant. Because this state wasn't one of them, what would we not see at the... Nah, Georgia was the 4th state in the Union. Unfortunately, after she bombed in the interview portion of the competition, she tried to secede from the pageant. Hey, got a minute? Take a look at her right answer. You wouldn't see Miss Maine because she wasn't one of the original 13 states. What a shame. I hear Miss Maine has the most northern points in the American mainland. I need a category. This category is known as broken toes and severe groundings. Think you can handle $6,001 bills? Hey, did your parents ever yell at you after they stepped on toys you left lying around? Suppose that the inventor of Lincoln Logs left them strewn all... It's your... The architect Frank Lloyd Wright's son, John Wright, conceived and marketed Lincoln Logs.
Ow! Gosh darn that kid! One of these days I'm gonna...
Frank, his toys wouldn't be on the floor if you'd build him toy chests without any damn windows in them.
Category, please. Pucker up for...
Shall we play a game?
Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Looks like it's time to fill in the blank. Get ready to buzz in and type your answer. Here we go. All right, how do you complete this phrase?
Come on down, you're the next contestant on...
It's all yours.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
And if you hear those words, run for your life, because you're about to look like an ass. All right. Now, this is what I like to see, a player taking a chance, because you just picked an impossible question. And I believe this one's called... And let's see, this one's only worth $20,000. Okay, listen up. Mindy's parents are Meg and Mike. Mike has a sister named Madge who has 3 children, Muffy, Morris, and Madeline. Meg's sister Millie also has 3 children, Myron, Maggie, and Milton. If Mindy's family practices cross-cousin marriage, which man will Mindy marry? Mike, Milton, Mark, or Morris? Let this be a lesson to you. Bet you wish you'd pick this. Mindy will marry her father's sister's son, Morris. And I guess all that's left to name the baby is Myrna or Mephistopheles. I need a category. All rise, the attack is now in session. All right, fine. You want to get to the attack? Consider it done. You may need this clue. The power of 1. But I want to know, do you have the power? Let's find out. so bad when you're playing by yourself. Let's see where you ended up. That's the game. Player, you ended up with less than nothing. Just think how bad your score would be if you were actually competing with somebody. And while we're on the subject...
Great show, everybody.